9 is on your side with Ohio Secretary of State John Husted. This election season we've heard all those concerns: voter fraud, hacking accusations from Donald Trump that the election is rigged. So as Secretary of State, what are you doing to make sure every vote counts?
Be reassured, Ohio is a place where it's easy to vote and hard to cheat. We have maintained our voter rolls. We check IDs. We do the kinds of things that are necessary to minimize the chances of fraud in this state. And by the way, voter fraud in Ohio is a 5th-degree felony. Don't do it. It's not worth it. We'll catch you and prosecute you if you do. But we don't have problems with that stuff. People, just bring your IDs. We had 1.8 million early voters in Ohio, a new record. But we expect nearly 4 million more voters today out there casting ballots. So today is going to be a robust day. 35,000 poll workers out there at nearly 9,000 precinct locations.
And the idea is 4 million people with hopefully an ID per person, because that's the big deal. Let's talk about maybe some of the issues that we encountered last year in Ohio, with some issues with polling places. What steps have been put into place to make sure those types of issues don't happen again?
Well, nothing new is being introduced in this election cycle. All of it has to have been tested, and poll workers have to be trained on it and run through those things to make sure that there are no glitches in this season's election. What
about yesterday? I'd like your thoughts. The Supreme Court decided not to intercede in the whole voter intimidation issue raised up to the Supreme Court. They decided that what Ohio had in place was good enough. Your thoughts on that decision?
Yeah, absolutely right on that one, because we have laws against voter intimidation. We allow observers at the polls, but they have to be registered through their local board of elections. They have to have credentials. They're not allowed to interact with voters. They're not allowed to interject themselves into the process. They can observe and report problems if they see any, but voter intimidation, not allowed. If you do something like that, you'll be asked to vacate the premises, and if you don't do it peaceably, we will call law enforcement and they will be there to remove you.
Hopefully it is a safe and happy election day. Thank you for coming in.
We don't have those problems in Ohio. People
we're
have
nice
a good
folks
attitude.
in these parts, aren't we?
We do things the right way.
Secretary John Husted, thank you for coming in.